Divine greetings and gratitude. Welcome back to the Saiyonan Archives tribe. Welcome to our sacred space. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. And if you're new here, my name is Nuna. I am a seer, a poet, a writer, a witch, and the keeper of the archives. Welcome to your newest spiritual safe haven. I wanted to stop by real quick and give a quick reading. This is going to be a quick card pull. I wanted to just check in for a second. I've been doing readings and things like that and recording and things like that almost like every other day or so, just to make sure that we have consistent videos coming out and whatnot. Thank you for tuning in to this message. So we're going to be working with the Light Seers Tarot along with the Spirit Animal Oracle, I believe it's called. And also we're going to be working with the Remembrance deck that is actually in here. I have two of them together because the deck was just too small for me. So I needed something to kind of make it bigger. So I ended up putting two decks together. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. It is currently around, I want to say around 8 something p.m. my time. I'm here in Virginia. So I'm going to make sure that we get the best lighting possible. Shout out to our new setup. I'm really excited for this. I am just super excited. Okay. Here we go. So let's go ahead and get started. So I feel like I kind of want to start with Lenormand. If you hear any noise in the background, it's because my 4-year-old is up. He's waiting. Well, no, he's not waiting. He's playing around right now with his toys and things like that. So I decided to take a quick break just to check in and film and things like that. So if you hear anything, he is fine. Trust me, he is fine. He is doing more than well. Thank you so much, Divine, for allowing us to share space today or tonight. Thank you so much for just allowing us to dwell together. Thank you so much for protecting us as we are within the Saiyonan circle. Please keep the Saiyonan circle, the community, safe. Thank you so much for allowing me to be the vessel that relates the messages that my soul tribe needs to hear. Thank you so much for protecting me as the one who is giving the messages. I trust you. I love you. It is so. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just kind of look to see what we've got going on here. Okay, so the word that I'm hearing is resistance, and it makes sense because I do see the 7 of Wands here. I see the 7 of Wands for whatever reason as resistance. That's precisely how I'm seeing it right now for whatever reason. What I'm kind of sensing, to be quite honest with you, is that it feels like there's a someone. This feels kind of like a relationship, or this could be a family member that you used to have dealings with, or this could be someone that you were close to. Someone's resisting you leaving, or someone is resisting... They're resisting something, or someone that doesn't want to accept something for what it is. Someone is not wanting you to move forward because they're afraid of something, or they could have a hard time moving forward for whatever reason. But what I'm hearing is the word resistance. I just heard that it's a refusal, like someone is refusing something right now. Also, what I'm hearing is that, right, so this really does feel like lack of clarity. Like it doesn't feel, yeah, right. So we also do have here the Ace of Cups in reverse, which I'm not really feeling it right now. What I'm kind of feeling is that someone needs a lot of space. They need a lot of space, a lot of time to themselves. They just need to be alone for a little while to connect, to de-stress, to just allow the weight of the past to just kind of melt away. I feel like there's something that's happening with this person's heart space or their chest. Like the depression, what I'm hearing is in their chest. The depression is in the chest area, and they're having a really, really, really hard time with letting go, or I'm hearing like the word grief. Like I'm hearing grief that just keeps coming, like creeping in. It's like they're trying to look forward to something that makes them happy or excited or joyful, but for whatever reason, there's so many things that are clouding this person's judgment. It's so many things that's clouding your heart space. I just heard the words congestive heart failure. I don't know if you had someone in your family who passed on from congestive heart failure, or if there's something within the heart space, like either fluid around the heart, or one of your family members may have passed because of, yeah, like some type of fluid around the heart. What I'm also feeling is that there's something about, I'm hearing the word cancer, so I can't tell if this is something, because this is obviously a broad space. This is YouTube, so I mean, this really could be anyone, but this could be someone who is a cancer, or this could be someone who passed on and they themselves were a cancer. And what it almost kind of feels like is that there's just like this refusal, like someone is having a really hard time moving forward with something because there's some type of grief here. I don't see the five of cups, but I still see grief regardless. Like I'm seeing it. I also kind of feel too that with the Ace of Cups coming up in reverse here, and it's right above the Two of Wands, it's almost kind of making me feel like someone is I don't know why I'm just hearing like someone's trying to keep themselves distracted, because if they keep honing in on the heart space, if they keep focusing on what they have on their heart, somehow they'll fall deeper into the depression. So what they do is like they try to look out to see, okay, what else can I do? Like what can I just see the Two of Wands as like being distracted. Like that's just how it's coming through. It's just a distraction. It's like, where can I go next? What can I do? I just heard the word elopement, or like, yeah, the word is like elopement, or it's like someone is wanting or using travel as a way to escape something. But Spirit is saying is that the more you try to escape this, the more you try to go and you try to leave, all you're going to do is leave your problems there, but then they're just going to circle right back to you. That's what I'm hearing. And so Spirit is asking for you to sit. Like they're asking for you to sit. Like they're asking for you to sit with the grief, to sit with whatever it is that you have on your mind. They're asking you to be very careful before you make this decision in the next 2 weeks or something like that. For some of you, it's 2 weeks, but you really want to be careful with making this decision right now. And the reason is because you need time, you need space, because there's so many things that are coming up from the past that you're thinking about. And I feel like you may be resisting something, or maybe I just heard the word rejection. It's like you're trying to reject something. And this is where the message is kind of switched, because now I'm sensing that this feels more like a relationship. Forgive the background. My baby makes like a lot of noise, and he likes to mimic the sound of the cars. And that's just how, like, that's just him. So my apologies about the background noise. Yes. So basically, yes, I feel like they're asking for you to just kind of sit and surrender right now. Like they're not asking you to make any major or rash decisions. They're asking for you to sit. And the reason is because with the Knight of Wands being here. Oh no, wait, is this the Knight of Wands? Yes, this is the Knight of Wands. With the Knight of Wands being here in reverse, I feel like this energy is just not clear. I just hear, okay, so there's a lot of message that's coming through right now in Spirit. I would like to ask that you please allow me to receive the messages that whoever is listening to this, that they need, because there's so many things coming from like everywhere. And because I'm so connected, sometimes it gets very loud up there. So can you please give me the messages that whoever is listening to this needs to hear right now? Thank you. With the Knight of Wands here, I'm also hearing something about ghosting. Oh, wow. So I don't know if you've ever heard Masego's interlude. I think he said, a ghost. I will never save your name in my phone. And it's something about like ghosting. It's giving me like Gemini energy or like Piscean energy, where they're just like, oh, okay, well, I'm just not going to talk to you anymore because of whatever reason. Like maybe someone played something out in their head about you, and then they decided to believe it about you, and then they ghosted you. Or this could be you ghosting because you feel like you just don't want to deal with the grief, and like you have so many things that you have going on in your life, and so because of that you don't want to get attached, and so instead you decide, well, I'm just not going to go into this because I don't want to deal with it. Like I just would rather be in my own space. Like I know and I can feel myself becoming more like attached, and I can feel myself becoming a lot more, I can feel myself wanting more of this, and because of that, I would rather just go. Like I don't want to deal with that because there's so many things that happened in my past, and I can't see a future. Or you could see a future and that's what scares you. Like you see the future and it scares you, and so it's like, I just don't want to get into this because I don't want to be hurt again. And Spirit is saying is that you can take all the time you need. Like this is not one of those things where you want to rush or you want to force yourself to get into anything that you don't want to get into. But Spirit is asking for you to allow yourself to open up your heart space, and for you to allow yourself with the healing, because the hurting right now is what's got you so wanting to like walk away or like not get into anything. And for some people, what I'm feeling is that with the Knight of Wands in reverse here, they're not as sure. Like they're just not really sure of themselves right now, and it's because there's so many things weighing on their mental. Like I have to do this and then I have to do that, and what if I have to do this? And it's like this Two of Swords where it's like, okay, I feel like I can't make the decision right now because my heart space right now is hurting. How can I make this decision if my mind keeps floating off or kind of just going to this place? And it could be something that happened in your past where you were just like, okay, I really did love this, but now it's like this hurt me so much to where I can't think about anything else but this. Like how can I move on if this is all that I can think about? Maybe this is someone else feeling this way about you, or this could be you feeling this way about someone else or something, right? Whether it be a job, whether it be an opportunity, it's something that you cared a lot for, and now there's this buildup of frustration around not knowing what to do anymore. And I feel like what Spirit is asking for you is to take time for yourself. I don't see you making a decision right now. Like I'm gonna be real with you, I don't see it. I don't see it. And especially the fact that you do have the Queen of Swords here that's showing up for you. You have the Queen of Swords. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. I'm trying to get this camera to focus. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Okay. I don't know if it focused or not. I'm still learning this camera. This is a different camera. Shout out to my mother-in-law for helping out with this anyways, so basically, yeah, that's the Queen of Swords here, and then you also do have here the Five of Pentacles in reverse. It's one of those things where you're just your mind is like, I don't want to deal with this. I feel like someone here is guarded. They're really guarded with something. They're trying to protect themselves. They're just like, no, I don't want it. Exactly. You have the Knight of Swords here, and you have the Page of Cups. I'm getting like a breakup from a text. Like someone decided again, and it's so funny because the Page of Cups came up in reverse. Someone was ghosted, and they're just like, I can't do it. And maybe you were ghosted by a friend, or maybe you were ghosted by a lover, or whoever it was. For some of you, for others of you, it's just you're just not want to get into it. And I get that. You're protecting yourself. And I feel like, okay, Spirit is calling you out. They're saying that this is a part of your shadow work because you have history with abandonment, and that's the reason why you probably ghost, because you yourself don't want to be ghosted, so then you do the ghosting. For others of you, it has nothing to do with ghosting at all, and it's just you would rather not get into anything serious, and the reason is because you feel like you don't want to be abandoned, because you've been abandoned in so many ways and you're not wanting to get into this. For others of you, this is stemming from childhood, where it's like your father wasn't there in your life, or your mother wasn't there in your life, or maybe you were in foster care a lot, or maybe you were moving from home to home and you really didn't feel like you had a home. Four of Wands is not here. However, I do, again, like I said, I just feel like this is someone just not feeling at home. They don't feel safe. They don't feel secure. Like they feel like they went through a lot of, it's like poverty. Like they went through like a lot of poverty, and because of that, they're just not the same. They're not the same. Spirit, I want to ask if you could please give us some type of like encouraging message, or not us necessarily, but the people listening to this, or the person listening to this. Can you please give them an encouraging message? They're giving you the face card, the from the Letterman. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to get the focusing right. Yeah, so they're saying that the best thing for you to do right now, I just heard the best thing to do is to walk away is what I'm hearing for some of you. Yeah, if you decided that you were going to allow yourself to go and to be honest about, like, just to be honest, like, just be honest. They're calling something into question here. They're saying, how have you shown up? They're asking, how have you like, what part of yourself have you been showing? And they're asking for you to really reevaluate the some type of facade. Like, there's a facade that someone's putting up, or maybe someone wasn't showing their true self, and you found out about it and it hurt you, and so then you decided to leave, and now you're in a space where you're just like, well, I don't want this anymore. So Spirit is saying is that this 100% is leading to some type of revelation. But also with the Sun card here, you're better off in a space where you can breathe in an open space. I feel like for some of you, I just heard it's the ocean, like out in the open ocean. Like, it feels like someone is out in the open ocean and they're drifting off and they're just surrounded by this body of water. And that's all that they feel. It's just the water, the air, and then they see the sun and the clouds and whatever else. And it's just, whatever lies below or dwells below the ocean, right? And it's so interesting because I feel like this person is looking into the ocean, looking for the ocean floor, but what they're looking for is the landing. But they're afraid that if they go into the water, that they'll never find the bottom of the ocean, which, yeah, you're not, because you're out way, way, way in the bottom. But the only way you can find it is through either astral travel or, through your imagination. You're not going to find that, realistically speaking. But at the same time, I feel like Spirit is saying is that with you being out in this open ocean, this is you connecting deeply, and I mean deeply, with the water element here. It's something about water, and they're saying that the water is what will help to soothe. It's something about like a water and like a bath. They're asking for you to, I just heard like a hot sauna, like someone maybe like in a hot sauna. They just said to stay away from jacuzzis. They're saying to stay away from jacuzzis. Do not go into the jacuzzi. They're asking for you not to do that. And I also just like heard piranha. So be careful where you're swimming at. Yeah, they're asking for you to be very careful. When you go to the beach, be very careful. They're saying something about jellyfish. You don't want to get caught because they can be pretty invisible in the water. Be very careful when it comes to jellyfish. So I don't know if someone's trying to travel, but Spirit is asking for you to really ground. They're asking for you to ground. They're asking for you to smell the flowers. They're asking for you again to think about how you've shown up and what you will do differently moving forward. So there is this level of reevaluation, and they're wanting you to slow all the way down. They're wanting you to pause. You don't have to make a decision right now. And they're saying, again, do not allow anyone to rush you into making any decisions right now at all. Right, exactly. Anchor yourself. Exactly. And you also do have the bridge here twice. See, the symbolism of the bridge here is all about you. Bridges help you to get from one point to another, and usually at the bottom of these bridges there's either like a body of water, or it could be something at the very bottom. It will be very detrimental, let's just say that. So they're asking for you to sit and to anchor without having to make truly any decisions at the moment. And I also do feel like they're saying that with this with the bridge here, this again is a transitionary period. You're leaving something behind. And I also just heard that for some of you, you're leaving behind the superficiality, and what they're saying is that you're leaving behind the whatever you showed yourself to be. They're saying that that's not really you. Someone is being called out hard right now, and they're asking for you to, instead of you showing this face to make everybody comfortable, they're saying to be yourself. And respectfully, they're saying that they're not okay. So the way that the messages are coming out, some of you are really being called out. Okay, if you listen to any of my messages, you know that I'm not going to BS you in a reading. You are being called out, and they're saying that we've been telling you to be yourself. And if you are not yourself, you're not going to be happy. We have grace for you and we love you. At the same time, this is one of those things where you have to let your real self shine through here. Because if not, you're going to keep not being happy. You're going to keep feeling miserable. And the best way that you can be happy, that you can feel fulfilled, is if you allow your true self to come out despite who feels what about what. Because the best thing that you can do for yourself and others is being you, is being real. Be transparent here. Right? And the reason why they say that is because people may have believed something about you this whole time, and so they act accordingly. They act according to how you've portrayed yourself, and now it's like you're unhappy with how they're treating you. And it's like, yes, the Queen of Swords is not going to bullshit anybody, and the Queen of Swords damn sure does not give a damn about who sees them as what, right? It's the divine feminine saying, you can say whatever you want. I know that I'm not so rigid to where I can't change my mind for the better, and I'm not so easily influenced to where you can just tell me anything and I'll believe it. So I feel like with the Queen of Swords here, it's one of those things where you have to allow yourself to not only use discernment, but really say who you are. What I'm hearing is talk that shit. Like, if you have to, talk that shit, you know. And I'm not promoting anyone just, you know, blatantly disrespecting anybody, but sometimes you have to really set a strong boundary. And that's exactly what they're asking for you to do. Moving forward, set the boundary, okay? Set a boundary. Express where you feel that you've been abandoned. Ask yourself, where do I feel that I've been abandoned? You have the electric eel spirit here, and you have the elephant spirit. Bring your ideas to life. Learn from the past. Exactly. Learning from the past. Make your dreams real. You have the spider spirit here as well. And then you also have take the lead. You guys, if you guys hear anything in the background, I'm so sorry about that. Again, my child, he's very animated when it comes to certain things. I know sometimes it does kind of bother me because I don't know what it is about me, but I can't stand certain sounds at times. Like, they just really bother me, and I don't know. But anyway, but thank you so much for just being patient if you hear anything in the background. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. I had to stop that because that noise was really bothering me. And I need time to recover from that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off the reading. And then I'm going to just take a breather because for whatever reason, just like certain things, like really just, I don't know if that happens to you. I don't know if that happens to you or not, but let me know down in the comments if that happens to you sometimes. But anyway, so yeah, electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. Elephant spirit, learn from the past. And then you have spider spirit here, make your dreams real. And then stag spirit, take the lead. This is one of those encouraging messages saying that whatever feelings you're feeling right now, they are absolutely temporary. And when you allow yourself to show up and be real about who you are, be real about what you want, be real about your needs, be real about your frustrations, be real about the things that you feel that you don't say, I do feel like that's how you start to get your life moving. So they're asking for you not to necessarily make any rash decisions or movements right now. They're asking for you to sit and anchor before you do anything. If you were offered, okay, I don't want to tell you what to do, and I don't want to say what you need to do. So if you feel like you resonate, then that's fine. If you were given an invitation for something, Spirit is saying to say no for now so that you can rest, you can focus, you can think, and you can breathe. I would highly recommend that you work with mint, you work with lemongrass, because mint and lemongrass together is so amazing. It's so beautiful. I actually use that in an oil that I have for working with the mind and working with Mercury and things like that. So if you feel called to it, I would 100% say work with some type of like Mercury, like planetary magic Mercury oil. Of course, I do have it in the Etherium, and no, I'm not just saying this so you can get it. I'm letting you know for real, it really does help and it really does work. And I say that because with this Two of Swords here, I feel like that mental clarity is what's needed right now because there's so many emotions and feelings and clouding someone's judgment. Judgment card is not here, but I do get the Judgment card vibes, okay? I also want to mention here too that with the Elephant Spirit here, learn from the past, this is an ancestor coming through for somebody. Someone may have a really strong connection to the elephant. I'm seeing that exactly. Look at that. Watch and wait. I love it. Watch and wait. Exactly. Just watch and just wait. Hold off for a little bit. That's what we've been saying. The fact that you do have here a learn from the past, I wouldn't be surprised if you've had a dream about your recent ancestors. This elephant truly is coming through with wisdom right now. Like, this is like I just heard that it's someone's animal totem, or it's someone's spirit animal, where it's like they really vibe with the elephant for whatever reason. And I just heard the word India. So you could either India or Africa, no matter what it is. I do feel like you, again, are just, you gravitate very strongly towards elephant. Meditate on the elephant spirit, because I feel like it'll help you to increase or enhance your memory. And I do feel like what they're saying is to meditate and to breathe, because sometimes memories do get distorted. So you really want to welcome in divine wisdom when it comes to that. I would highly recommend working with like either like a divine wisdom, or working with the color purple, working with a color, a purple candle is what I was going to say. Work with a purple candle. I'm hearing something about lemongrass. So they're saying a purple candle with lavender, lemongrass. There's something about those three coming through, of course. And you can also use, I mean, you could use mugwort if you wanted, but that's more with like psychic work. But you can definitely work with mugwort if you needed to. I would 100% say lavender and lemongrass for whatever reason, and mint. I feel like this take the lead here. Spirit will give you the okay, and spirit will let you know when to go. They're saying that before you decided to make that decision, just wait a little bit, and then after that, right, once you're done communing with spirit, talking to your ancestors, talking to your guides and things like that, that's when you take the lead. That's when you go, because they're going to lead you. The fact that you have the spider spirit here, make your dreams real. I feel like if you've been wanting or hoping for love, relationship, money, resources, wealth, I do think that before you decide to make any of these decisions, that you sit and you wait and you sit with whatever is causing you any type of discomfort, pain, or any type of suffering and things like that. So I really want you to sit with that first before you make any decisions. Spirit, is there anything else that you have for? Exactly. Truth transcends illusions. I feel like you're going to end up gaining clarity. I wouldn't be surprised if you gained clarity after Scorpio season was over, or maybe you'll gain clarity towards like the middle. Right now, with it just getting started, I feel like it can be a little bit overwhelming. So I would highly recommend just kind of waiting for a little bit, waiting for the next couple of weeks. I just keep feeling 2 weeks for somebody. Like, just wait 2 weeks and then see what happens. Like, that's what I'm hearing, and that's what I'm feeling for someone. So anyway, yes. This is the last card. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in and for listening to this message. I hope that it helped someone. I hope that you got what you needed. If you need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online over at the SaiyonanPath.org. You can also follow along with me on Instagram. I think it's at Nuna the Seer. I can't remember. Anyway, so basically, I'll make sure to link everything you need down in the description box or in the comment section. Leave me a love note down in the comment section, because I love communicating with you and things like that. And if there's nothing else, I love you, and I will catch you in my next video.